We just got out of Booksmart, passed up our chance to watch Aladdin this weekend. We said let's watch a small little coming of age film directed by first time director Olivia Wilde. I don't know if anybody knew that, but yeah, she directed this movie. The actress Olivia Wilde used to be on The OC and stuff like that. But yeah, this is a movie I've been looking forward to. Every year there seems to be a coming of age story similar to this, like Age of 17, Lady Bird, 8th grade, which Lady Bird was my favorite movie of 2017, and 8th grade was like top 10 for me last year. And
House.
She was in House.
That's where I've seen her.
Yeah.
She was 13 in House. I knew I'd seen her somewhere before.
Yeah, she was 13 years old in House. But, but yeah, I have a strange suspicion that
Get out.
That this movie isn't going to do very well, or maybe it's just around here. Maybe it'll do very well, box office wise, but not just in our area, which would be really unfortunate if it doesn't do well, because I think this movie has essentially a flawless script. But with maybe one exception, that would be extreme nitpicking for me. But I think this has a flawless script from beginning to end. It's sort of reminiscent of a movie like Superbad, which came out 11 years ago, but the script is way better than the script of Superbad. I think this is a drastically better movie than Superbad because
it's way more grounded than Superbad, and by that I'm saying like it's not as outlandish. It's not. It's produced by Adam McKay and Will Ferrell,
yeah.
But it's not. It doesn't have that Will Ferrell and Adam McKay unbelievability to it.
Yeah, which. Even there is a couple things that are a little bit outlandish, but I guess just the way that it's done and portrayed,
it
did not seem far-fetched, and I'll tell you why. Because as like if you want to call this a sex teen comedy, which I don't even think it is, it's more of a coming of age comedy drama. But if you want to put it in that category, a lot of those movies are flat. They're like filmed flat.
Yeah.
This has vision. This has really good cinematography. There's one takes here that go on for a while. Like there's a big argument scene in the third act of this movie, not giving anything away, but there's a very heavy dramatic scene that's all one take. And if there had been cuts back and forth like Bohemian Rhapsody or something, it would have felt jarring. But the fact that it was all like in one take, I was like, this is giving a lot of gravity to this situation here. And I really love this. Like I cannot understate how much I loved this movie. Honestly,
I agree. The movie's phenomenal in every stretch. The acting is good. It's shot well. Olivia Wilde's first directing gig, she knocked it out of the park. No question.
She really did.
It's definitely a movie that I really hope people give a chance and go out and watch.
It has. The thing is that I think it has mass appeal, like as a mainstream movie, but it also has that indie feel to it, which is my favorite kind of movies.
And that's the way that it's shot. You can tell the movie. It had a little bit of a budget, but not a lot. It maybe had what? Maybe
I'd say
maybe had 12 million.
I was thinking maybe between 8 and 12 million.
8 and 12
maybe.
And you can tell that it's not overly produced. It's not over outlandish in their set pieces. It literally takes like probably the most expensive part was probably the parties.
Yeah,
the party scene. I mean. It'll make its money back. I wish it would make more than that.
Yeah.
I don't think it will.
It's very crowded, because you got Aladdin and Brightburn next week. You got Godzilla and Rocket Man.
It's really not a good weekend for it to come out.
But I just think this movie works so well as a 3-act structure. It starts off strong, but you can watch the first 6 minutes on YouTube. Yeah. You watch those first 6 minutes, you know this is going to be a good movie. Just watching the first 6 minutes on YouTube.
Honestly, the whole film, I had at least a smirk on my face.
I laughed the whole movie.
And that's rare. That's rare for a comedy, especially today.
Yeah.
It's like almost unheard of.
That's the thing, compared to those few movies like Age of 17, Lady Bird, 8th grade. This is more of a comedy than those movies. Yeah. This is funnier. I'd honestly say if we're just putting this into the comedy territory, this is the best like mainstream comedy I've seen in years. I'd have to think.
Absolutely.
Because I laughed so much, and the side characters are all and nobody's.
There's no wasted people.
To me, even though there's disputes between characters, to me nobody in this movie is an asshole. I think everybody is explained pretty well, and certain characters are paid off at the end. And then you got some of the older actors, like you got Jason Sudeikis and Will Forte and Lisa Kudrow show up, and they knock it out of the park, and they're in the movie for like 5 to 10 minutes. And so everybody shows up to play. As for flaws for me, it's literally just one nitpick, and I'm not even sure if it's going to affect my grade because I can't even decide what I'm going to give this movie yet. But to me, there's a confrontation, and all of it would. I see this in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
It would never happen if someone would just say the one thing. If they would just say the thing that they need to say, but instead it sparks an argument. Yeah. Like, oh God, if they would have just said this one thing. But then I think that argument seems so good. So I'm just like, well, what? It is nitpicking, and it might not even affect my overall like score.
Again, though, on top of that, though, if you have that, it deters from almost a stereotypical thing in a lot of these movies that you see nowadays. It's you have two friends and they have to break off into their certain.
That even happens in Superbad, yeah.
Right? But in this movie, it doesn't feel like you're spending way too much time with that.
No,
they come back relatively quickly, and that keeps the pace of the movie going. So I can understand where you're coming with that, but
listen, it's just a nitpick. It's a thing I notice in a lot of like movies like this.
No, it's true. It's
where one of the characters would just say the thing that's on their mind instead of just being like vague about it. But I'm like, oh, whatever.
But at the same time, though, in this movie, it feels like it's used in order to further the plot of the other character because it's not trying to hurt the other character.
To me, it's a really amazing and powerful excuse for more character development. So I mean, characters.
It's a nitpick, but it's a good
characters. It turned me around by the end of it. Whenever it first started, I was like, are they doing this thing? It happened. I was like, that was pretty good. Yeah. I think
the payoff was worth it.
Yeah, I think that there's predictable elements in this movie of things that we've seen in other movies, but it's done so well that I'm like that was the best way to approach that. And a lot of these actors, I don't know their names. I think out of the main actress, Beatty Feldstein, Jonah Hill's sister, she was in Lady Bird. She's a superstar. She's incredible. Yeah. And then the other actress, I think her name is Caitlin Stever,
something like that.
And I've only seen her a couple things. She was in Detroit of all things. So she was in that movie, and she's in Last Man Standing with Tim Allen, the TV show.
Yeah, I've seen her from somewhere.
And I think she has potential to be a superstar, but definitely Beatty Feldstein is amazing. Before this, she was in Neighbors 2, and she's on an FX show called What We Do in the Shadows. She plays a vampire on that show. So these two young actresses, they have a bright future ahead of them. Like I could see some, not necessarily Oscar because Oscars hate comedies, but like maybe some other like Golden Globe Award nominations, maybe for both of them because they were both
possible.
But I loved this movie. It was very entertaining from beginning to end, and I think it has all the elements that you want out of a movie like this. It is consistently funny.
Yep.
And that whenever the drama hits, it hits hard. It's not too heavy. It's not hitting you over the head with its heaviness.
It's not enough to take you out of the movie either. So.
And I like how it plays with political correctness, and it plays with sort of like a liberal approach, while not like shoving it down our throat. It sort of pokes fun. It pokes fun at the way people act about things. So I wouldn't call the movie a liberal movie. It has fun with politics and stuff like that. I think,
and that's mostly though in the first like 10 minutes of the film.
It happens a little bit throughout, like different stuff. Like the one side character that's driving the car and throws the party on the boat. Whenever he's talking about like it's like we're gonna have a bash, he's like, well, it's a consensual bash though. Like stuff like that is what I mean. Yeah. And yet again, I don't know the actor's name, but the guy who hosted the murder mystery party is the funniest guy. He's the funniest guy in the movie. Listen, you can watch the first 6 minutes on YouTube and watch just his parts and feel like this guy's going to steal the show.
And he does.
I love this movie. I want you to give your grade for it because I don't know yet. But give your grade for this movie. Then maybe I'll have mine by then. What are you giving it?
The first modern day masterpiece score of the year for me.
You gave it Avengers was an A+ though. You didn't.
I didn't shoot a review with you for that.
But that was definitely an A+ for you though. Josh, it was an A+. It
was an A+ for me, but it wasn't documented. So this is an A+.
I'm giving it an A. It's my second favorite movie of the year. I liked it a little bit more than Us, and I hope this movie has a lot of rewatch value.
Wait, what's your favorite?
Avengers is my favorite movie of the year. I love that movie. Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry I'm mainstream. I like the in-game so much.
Let's just put it this way. A+.
Listen,
it averages to an A. It's worth a watch.
A year from now, I might view this as a classic and be like, this was an A+.
I think it is.
I think
honestly, if I could sit and watch that movie more than once and get considerable amounts of enjoyment every single time.
I hope it does well because I think a movie like this deserves to do well. It's an original property. It's not a remake, which is not very common in today's movie culture. Yeah. But it deserves to do well, and I wish nothing but success for everybody involved because it was essentially almost a perfect movie for me. Yeah. But that's our review. Let us know what you thought of Booksmart in the comment section below. Hit that subscribe button, and thank you for watching. Hey guys, I decided to return to this review after letting the movie marinate my mind for about 5 hours. I have to raise my score up to an A plus instead of an A. I'm just thinking about the payoffs and how grand they were and just how flawless that script was. And Josh was right. This is an A plus movie. This movie is something special. I think it's a monumental moment for comedies and just coming of age movies alike. Yeah. I changed my score to an A plus. This is the first time I've ever done this. Usually I wait about a week or a month or even more, but this is just a few hours later, and I have to give it an A plus. Yet again, thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button.